Red hair is like a fire on someone's head, bright, rare, and special. Only about 1 or 2 out of every 100 people in the whole world have it. That makes red hair even rarer than blue eyes or being left-handed. The secret of red hair is hidden in our DNA, the instructions inside our bodies. There's a tiny part of DNA called a gene named MC1R on something called chromosome 16. Most people's MC1R makes a dark color called eumelanin, which gives black or brown hair. But sometimes, this gene changes. When that happens, a lighter color called pheomelanin shows up, making hair look red, orange, or copper. People with red hair often have light skin and freckles because their bodies don't make as much of the dark color that usually protects skin from sunlight. Their eyes are sometimes lighter too. Here's something cool. Red hair only shows up if both parents pass on the special gene. If only one parent has it, the child won't have red hair, but they can still carry the hidden gene. And if 2 carriers have a baby, suddenly, boom, a child can be born with hair that looks like fire, carrying a spark from ancestors long, long ago. The influence of MC1R reaches beyond appearance. Studies reveal that red-haired people perceive the world differently. They often require about 20% more anesthesia during surgery. They can be more sensitive to changes in temperature. Yet paradoxically, they may respond more effectively to opioid painkillers, needing smaller doses. Some studies even suggest that certain redheads show higher tolerance to specific kinds of pain. Freckles scattered across pale skin like sparks on parchment are another visible echo of this same genetic story. The flame of red hair is ancient. Genetic evidence suggests MC1R variants may be between 30 and 80,000 years old. Fossils of Neanderthals from Spain and Italy, more than 40,000 years old, carried their own versions of MC1R mutations. Though different from ours, they likely produced the same fiery shade. The flame, it seems, belonged not only to Homo sapiens, but to other branches of humanity as well. In the Tarim Basin of western China, 4,000-year-old mummies were found with reddish strands. Greek and Roman authors described Celts and Thrians as flame-haired. Across millennia, the spark has appeared in unexpected places, crossing continents and empires. Cultures wrapped red hair in powerful meaning. In ancient Greece, red-haired souls were imagined as restless spirits. In Rome, slaves with red hair were valued highly, thought to bring fortune. In Jewish tradition, King David was described as ruddy, marking him with vigor and kingship. In Norse mythology, Loki the trickster was imagined with fiery hair, his cunning as dangerous as the flame itself. In medieval Europe, suspicion took hold. Judas was painted with red hair in Christian art, branding the color with betrayal. Women with red hair were sometimes accused of witchcraft. Yet in the Renaissance, passion and beauty reclaimed it. The Venetian master Titian immortalized golden red women in luminous portraits. So much so that even today, the phrase Titian-haired survives. In the 19th century, the pre-Raphaelite painters transformed red-haired women into icons of ethereal beauty. Their glowing portraits of flowing auburn hair redefined ideals of femininity in Victorian art. From canvas to poetry, red hair became a symbol not of fear, but of allure. In Scotland, the Gaelic name Ruairi, Red King, carried the flame into language. Across Europe, surnames like Reed, Roth, and Ross marked families by the color of their ancestors' hair. Red hair was more than an appearance. It was an identity, shaping memory and legend. The flame crowned rulers and warriors alike. Elizabeth I of England turned her fiery hair into an emblem of power and destiny. Viking sagas immortalized red-haired raiders whose appearance struck as much fear as their weapons. In modern times, artists, leaders, and icons continue the lineage, their hair a living thread that connects past to present. Today, red hair remains one of the rarest natural traits, carried by just 1 to 2% of the world's population. But its distribution tells its own story. In Scotland, between 6 and 13% of people are redheads, the highest proportion worldwide. Nearly 40% carry the gene silently. In Ireland, around 10% have red hair, a mark so deeply woven into national identity that it is seen as a cultural symbol. In England and Wales, the figure is lower, around 4 to 6%, yet still many times higher than the global average. In Russia, the Udmurt people of the Vular region are famed for hair so vividly red that some call it the reddest in the world. Through migration, millions in the United States, Canada, and Australia now carry the flame, descended from Celtic and Northern European ancestors. Elsewhere, the gene is rare, but never absent. Across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia, it sometimes reappears, a reminder that human DNA travels further than nations or borders. Though recessive, the MC1R gene is not disappearing. Carriers are far more common than appearances suggest. In Scotland, nearly 40% carry the gene, though only a fraction display it. With every generation, the hidden flame has the chance to return. Wherever two carriers meet, the ember may blaze again. Red hair may seem fragile, but it endures. It has traveled through ice ages, crossed continents, survived suspicion, and inspired art. It has appeared in Neanderthals and ancient Celts, in Russian tribes and Chinese deserts, in queens and kings, in myths and legends. Red hair is not simply color. It is a flame written into our DNA. It burns through the centuries. Rare, unpredictable, unforgettable. It has been feared, mocked, desired, and adored. In every strand lies a story older than nations, proof that humanity's greatest beauty lives in its rarest sparks. The flame of red hair, fragile yet eternal, continues to burn against the winds of time. If you enjoyed uncovering the story of red hair, don't forget to like this video and share it with friends. Subscribe to join us as we explore more hidden stories written in our DNA and history, and let me know in the comments,